Hey guys, welcome back to my video. It's been a long time since... Did I just say welcome back to my video? I mean welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I last posted a sit down video. So this is going to be a where I've been, an update on my life, and everything in between. So the last time I spoke to you guys, we were still living in our apartment. I think it was like... I don't even know, man. I want to say... like winter time around last year, so like November, and since then a lot has changed. So big things, we moved, Savannah started walking, and that's really it. So last time I spoke to you guys, Savannah was not crawling, I believe, and she was not walking. So since then she's been growing so fast. Things have been, it's thundering now, things have been happening so fast. The biggest change in our life is this house. So we have started looking for a house, I want to say like January of 2020, and we looked at a bunch of houses. And funny story, this is one of the first houses that we looked at, and it was a little bit over our budget actually. And then we were looking at other houses, and there was literally like the exact same house down the block from this house that we really liked, and it was a little bit less because it was a little like outdated, and there was a lot less like land, I believe, like on the actual property. Well, not a lot, a little bit less. So we wanted to get that house, so we put an offer in, and unfortunately we lost the house and someone else bought the house. So we continued looking at other houses, and everything just wasn't this house. Everything just like lacked something. I didn't feel comfortable like living there, like it wasn't home, you know. And I always compared everything to this house. So at one point I just kind of said, let's stop looking and just wait for a better house to come on the market, because at this point we've seen everything that was on the market. So eventually I'm kind of just like, maybe we should just spend a little extra and buy the house that we want. And we went back and forth, and eventually we put an offer in, and it was a decent offer. And we put the offer in, and it came back that someone had bought the house full price cash. So that's kind of one of the things that, like, you can't really negotiate, you know, a better deal. I can't give them anything more, you know. So we were really bummed, and at this point I said, I'm done looking at houses. Like, I loved this house. I was over it. So I want to say like a week goes by, and we stopped looking at houses for that week, and then we get a call from our realtor, and he says, you got the house, you know, the other people backed out. And like at this point I was just like literally in tears. Like I was so bummed out that we weren't gonna get the house, and now like I'm finding out that we are gonna get the house. And it was just like such an emotional roller coaster. So anyways, we get through the process of, you know, putting the offer in and getting the offer accepted, which they accepted our offer, and they did counter offer, and we met in the middle. So they accepted our offer, and then it was time for things like inspection. And if you've bought a house, I'm sure you know, there's a lot that goes into it. So we got through with inspections and, you know, all of the like little things that go into buying a house. And finally it was getting close to the closing date, and then coronavirus. So we planned on closing, I don't even remember what the exact date was on this house, but the people who were living in this house prior to us were also buying a house. However, their closing date was a lot farther out, so their plan was just to stay in a hotel or something until they could move into their new house. But with the virus, and they also had 3 kids, one, a lot of hotels were closed, and 2, they probably didn't feel very safe. So they did ask us if they could stay in the house for like an additional month, and we weren't able to give them the whole month because I did have like furniture and stuff that I had already ordered, because if you are familiar with like big pieces of furniture, it takes a long time for things to deliver. So we were able to give them like 3 weeks extra as opposed to the month that they asked, and they ended up staying the last week, I think, at like an Airbnb. And yeah, I totally understood the situation, and I, you know, even though I was like excited to move, it was not really a big deal. So after all of that happened, I think we signed on the house on April 20th, but we were able to move in like the 25th. I'm not exactly sure, but it was something around that. So finally we get the house and we get the keys, we walk in, and there was a lot of things that I wanted to do in terms of like repainting the house, but we didn't have to do any renovations, luckily, so that was great. So here we are now in our brand new house. Well, technically not brand new because it was built like 20 years ago, but new to us house. And we are extremely happy here. It's been everything that I've wanted for, you know, our dogs, because now they have a yard, they have like a designated space. It's everything that I wanted for Savannah, because she has her own room, which we thought, you know, it was gonna take longer to get us, you know, settled into a house. We also have a guest bedroom that we can either use as an office like we are right now, because Brandon's working from home, or we can use when people come over, which I doubt that'll be anytime soon with this virus. There's a lot of things that I had on my checklist for a house that no house had except this one. The only thing that this house did not have actually was a bonus space, and one of the houses that we looked at did have it. And it doesn't bother me, because that bonus space was going to be like Brandon's man cave area, and we're planning on like converting the garage to that anyway. So that is the whole deal with the house. And since then, things have just been great. Savannah is growing every day. She's getting smarter and smarter. Motherhood is getting a little bit easier, a little bit. Brandon has been extremely helpful since he's been home, and I'm sure he's gonna watch this, but he went from being someone who was, you know, working obviously a lot out of the house, and he would come home really tired, and, you know, we would spend like a little bit with Savannah, because obviously she goes to bed really early and then she would go to bed. He would wake up before she woke up, and then it just kind of was a cycle. And since he's been home, things have been so awesome, where, you know, he helps out on his lunch break. He will take her after, you know, he finishes work, and he will play with her and watch her, and then put her to bed for the night, give her a bath, and do the whole nighttime routine. And within that time, I'm here filming videos for you guys. I am cleaning the house, I'm resting and relaxing, which I have not been able to do in such a long time. And on the weekends, he's also extremely helpful. And I think that as Savannah gets older and she's like easier to entertain and play with, it's becoming so much easier for us to take care of her, and she's just becoming more independent. So yeah, updates for her. Her favorite thing right now is shoes. She's obsessed with shoes. I don't know what it is. She puts my shoes on, she puts her shoes on. She comes to me with shoes in her hand and goes like this, and if I don't put them on, she'll sit there and cry. So she is obsessed with shoes. So far, her favorite food is like chicken nuggets and mac and cheese, like basic child food. But she does like like different things like rice, and she likes fruit and things like that. So luckily she's not extremely picky, but I'm like really trying to like get her to eat an assortment, an abundance of different foods to, you know, make her palate like used to these things. So I think those are it. Our dogs are doing great. My dachshund like hates going outside, so it's like so annoying because we have like this yard and he just like stands in front of the door crying to come back in. But that is what has been happening in our life. Thank you so much for watching. I think I am going to be posting my house tour video next week. But other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye.